All righty, welcome to Real Talk AI and Cyber. Right now, it is Friday. What's going on, Joel?
Hey Ron, man, I am glad it's Friday. I'll tell you that. Been
It's
a
been a
long week.
week, man. It's
Yeah.
been a week. Last Friday, we had the big Cisco blow up, right? Everybody
hmm
waving the 9.9 severity flags. We got that in. The Friday before, we talked about the Huntress agent that caught the that caught the cyber criminal, right?
Yes, that was awesome.
Transitioning from Google Food to using AI, right? And really, that's where I want to touch base today. By the way, my name's Ron Hicks. I'm your host here. I'm here with my always co-host Joel Hawbaker. Thank you if you're visiting us for the first time. If you are someone who right now has been doing a lot of Google Food and kind of recognizing that you need to be migrating to Chat GPT and wondering, is this thing for me or not? Is it real? Can I put it in my business? Can I not? This is the place for you right now. I had a good call or a good conversation with one of our senior level network engineers, a friend of mine, a longtime guy. Um, and he said, a lot of the surveys right now have come out and they're showing that these folks that are putting AI in their business, it's not doing anything for, they're losing money. It's not, it's like are you hearing any of that, Joel?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think we talked about maybe the other day about how they're seeing that the adoption of AI among like the big players, right, where they're measuring, seeing the adoption, it was just taking off like crazy, right? Just skyrocketing. Now it's just starting to plummet. And some people are thinking, "Oh, here comes the big crash," right? But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's exactly what we preach, right? You're going to experiment, you're going to start adopting things, and then you're going to realize,
Yep.
okay, or you're going to notice what things work, what things don't, and you'll
Yep.
start pulling back and investing in the stuff that works. And then you continue that cycle, experiment more, keep what works, right? I mean, that just
Absolutely.
makes sense to me.
Completely, just like any other thing. I think I really want to emphasize, Joel, what you're saying is today's technology is just like yesterday's technology, right? The way that we implemented things in the past, same thing.
Yep.
If you think about it, let me give you a great example. And this comes straight out of a conversation that we were having this week. Do I really need a private AI? That was the question. Do I really? I mean, can I just use chat? I mean, what's the big deal? Or I mean, why do I need to do anything, right? Let me ask you this. This was the example that I shared with this person. If you bring someone into your business that's a new employee and they have a Gmail account, do you tell them, hey, you know what? You've got your personal Gmail account. Don't worry about this business email. Nah, you can just email our clients with that personal Gmail account, put all the business, company business in that Gmail account as attachment. Feel free to just, you don't really just use your personal stuff. We would look at anybody in business
Right.
nowadays would think, well, that's a crazy idea. Of course not. When you start a business, what do they give you? A business email. Well, where does that normally come from? In the past, it came from an exchange server built on site with lots of network and people sweating over it, right? And trying to
Yep.
keep it up to date. But the cloud revolution has been long time happened. And now what have we got? We've got Office. We got office.com, right? We got Gmail, Google, and their business services. People are outsourcing that type of stuff. There's a reason for that. Exactly the same with AI. You
Let's even
don't,
consider beyond that. I mean, not only are they giving you a business email that they're paying for that has some secure infrastructure behind it, they're also then adding security on top of that, right?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
it's understood in every other facet, but for some reason, and I mean, some reason we know why, right? It's a new technology, and it's people are still figuring things out, but don't take too long to figure this out, right? Security matters on this stuff.
It does. It does. A lot of this is education. That's why we do this. We are doing this. Anytime you're dealing with technology, you got to talk the talk and walk the walk. This is talking the talk right now. We're getting on the same page. Don't let your internal employees, the folks that are your vendors, right? That are working for you, whether they're contractors or whether they're employees. You need to provide them the tools that they need, just like you do in email with AI. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about what that looks like today because it's almost identical to what you did with Office 365. It really is. You go and buy a service that's up and running, it's got all the pieces there, and it's good to go. 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, we did our lunch and learn. We do the lunch and learns every Thursday. By the way, if you want to be a part of that, head over to valentia.com, sign up for it. We'd love to have you. It's a very friendly group. We're there to learn, me included. Yeah. So AI teaches the class. I learn like everybody else. So during that class, we built a local AI. It was super easy. We went to Olama, we downloaded it. It was like an app that you would expect. We put some funky command lines that it gave us in. It downloaded some different LLMs to run inside of it. It sucked. Let me say that again. Super easy to install. The end
Yep.
result, you go and
Disaster.
ask it, right? Not only is it slow, I know my PC is not the best, but not only is it like really slow, but you go and talk to it, it doesn't know what day it is. It doesn't even have access to the time on your computer,
Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
I want you to plant that seed for a second. You're trying to use something that is so isolated, it doesn't even know the date and time off of the computer it's running. Now, you can get it that's set up with things. Think about that process of taking this tool, this LLM, and integrating it so it knows things that's going on today so that it has access to things. That's what we're going to be talking about today. If
Awesome.
you're someone who's been Google fooing and you recognize, you know what, let's move over to Chat GPT. It's about, yeah, okay, if that's you, this is for you. I'm going to give you the steps from moving to Chat GPT to what's after that. Yes, we want to, Google Food's great, but there's better ways of doing things today. And I want to show you what that looks like. A lot of it is understanding AI, and it's understanding what AI needs to give you what you need. So I'm going to go through that here. Let's share that screen, Joel. Let's get rolling. So it's not like we're live all over the planet right now. And it's not like I'm going to
No.
do a live
Oh,
demo
wait.
on planet
Yeah, we are.
Earth. It's not like I'm going to do that. Yeah, I am. I'm dangerous. Here we go, folks. All right. So what am I looking at right here? What I'm looking at is a private, I'll give you see the URL right there. It's a private AI platform, much like office.com, right? Much like you go and open up Microsoft 365 and it gives you lots of stuff in your tenant that's only your stuff, that's a SaaS tenant. That's exactly what this is. So this is something that you would get. It's something that you would get from us. We would help you set it up and implement it. But really, man, you just set up a user and you're good to go. It really is that simple.
Right.
So once
And
you're
wouldn't
in
you
this
like to
thing,
have that? Wouldn't you like to have your company name up there, right? For your
right?
users to go to, right? Your company name AI that has all of this available, which I'm not going to, spill the beans yet. I'm going to let Ron show you all that's available here, but this platform is pretty amazing.
It really is. So I'm just going to go from the top here and just kind of wing it on a lot of the things that I really like. And the reason that I'm doing this today is because you know what's going to happen next week? I think it's next week, isn't it, Joel? I think Hats is going to be here on this show. And so what I want to do is I want to prep our listeners with what's there so that they can check it out this week and come next week with lots of questions to ask directly to Hat. So there's a lot here. So let's go over it. So first and foremost, what is it? It's a platform. It's a tenant. And what does it provide? It provides access to lots of LLMs and lots of tools and lots of implementations. Let me show you a couple of them. So here's my new chat window, right? So home, let me go home first. Welcome back, Ron. What can secure AI help you accomplish, right? So I'm going to go here to the chat. I've got several different things along the top. We can talk more about those later. But right now I'm going to the chat. Here's some of my old chats. We're going to put a new one right here. First thing I need to choose what AI I'm going to use. That's right. It's not just one AI. You don't have to, are you going to give your money to OpenAI? How about Google? Right? How about Microsoft Copilot? Who are you giving your money to? Are you giving your money to Elon and X and Grok? Right? With this, you get all of that. It's all included. You don't have to choose one. Let me show you all that you get. So here under the LLMs, I can select a different AI model. Here's the featured models. Claude from Anthropic, OpenAI, ChatGPT 5, the latest here, and a couple of the Googles, right? Gemini 2.5 Pro, as well as 2.5 Flash, which is actually very, very fast if you're looking for one that's fast. And so in addition to those, there's lots more. They're categorized under, if you're looking for high ability models, there's 26 available under that category. If you're looking for some tool use, 36. If you're looking for some reasoning models specifically, fast, vision, image generation, and on it goes. If I click here on view all models, get that out of the way. If I click here on review all models, look at all of these models. Look at all of these models here. Here's the ones from Google. Here's the ones, all of those from Google, all of those from Anthropic, right? Let me get off that. Yeah, all of those from Anthropic. All of these, this one from DeepSeek, OpenAI, ChatGPT 5. Look at all of them. GPT 3.5, GPT 4, 4.5 preview, 4.0, 4.1, 4.1 mini, 4.1 nano, 5, GPT 5, GPT 5 mini, nano. And do you believe this? 0.01. Which do you want? It's an unbelievable selection of things that you get with this platform. So whatever LLMs you like, whatever your favorite is, I'm guessing it's got to be in here, right? Stuff in here I've never even heard of, Joel. I didn't know Amazon really had LLMs. I never hear about Nova, right? Look at all
Right.
the things that you get with this. And so the beauty of this thing is that when you're using these models, it's not learning from your data. This is your tenant. So if you want to take and throw a PDF in here, it stays here. It doesn't get shared. And ChatGPT is not learning from your information. So when we talk about the dangers of public AI, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that public free AI learns from your information. That's a
Right.
serious security risk if you're using it for work stuff. A lot of what's going on in cybersecurity, as we have discussed, is about social engineering. And part of that social engineering is learning who you are, learning about the business, learning about these things. If you're putting key information into ChatGPT, that's a major security risk. So the business, it's really on the business to step up and secure public AI, just like you wouldn't allow Gmail for business email. You would provide a business email. Similarly, we need to block ChatGPT and the other publicly available learning from you type LLMs and get a platform that's secure. That's what this is. It allows you all the LLMs without those LLMs learning from you. That's a huge security plus. But
Yeah.
wait,
I
gets
mean,
way better than that.
a lot of times it seems like there's a downside, there's a trade-off. I'm trying to see the trade-off here. There's really not one. And that sounds salesy, but I mean, honestly, there's really not one. You either have your users using free AI tools and of course jumping around to whatever their favorite one is and putting who knows what out there, and you have no visibility, no management, no security at all. Or you decide, well, we're going to pay for, OpenAI, ChatGPT Pro or Business, or remember, not every paid subscription from OpenAI includes security either, right? So it's not
True.
like once you pay $20 a month, now you're secure. No, you're still not. You've got to go up to the higher tiers. And but then you're stuck with only one model. And you still don't have this platform here where you're managing your users and seeing how they're adopting it and having company workflows and stuff built into it. So I don't see the trade-off here. I mean, this, like I said, we use this internally, and I mean, it's a life changer. It's amazing. I mean, being able to go between all those different models and having the, like you said, the tools, images, all this stuff available to us that's available for free, but available right here securely. And I don't have that issue where, like, say I want to create an image on a particular platform like ChatGPT typically, where it takes forever unless you do it through a paid model, right?
Yes.
They
Yes.
definitely throttle it down. So you get all these
Big
benefits. I
time.
don't see why you would not do this.
Yeah, Joel. The number one reason I think people don't do something like this is there like when if you're listening to us right now, you're waiting for the other foot to drop, and that other foot to drop is like, well, yeah, but how much is it, guys? This
Mhm.
is listen. I'm not going to quote you a price right here because I mean we need to talk, but listen, this is not expensive. Let me say it. Let me say it this way: it's going to surprise you how affordable this really is.
Right.
It is going to surprise you how affordable this is. It is a lot more affordable than buying OpenAI ChatGPT. Let me tell you, if you
Huge.
buy,
Yeah.
let's say the first layer, right? Let's say you don't pay anything and you're the product and they're learning from you. Well, obviously that's not going to work. It's not going to work for the business, of course, because it's a major risk, but it's not going to work for you. By the time you get to working with something, what does it tell you? Sorry, your time's up. Come back tomorrow. Come on. So they're
Right.
going to get money out of you, obviously. But,
Right.
okay, so you give them a little bit of money. Well, since I've paid, is it secure now? Is it secure now? No. If you pay, you can't even enforce MFA on that first level of payment. That's right.
Crazy.
MFA, which is like a minimal level of security for any user authentication, is not even enforced on the first level. Okay, so now I'm paying and I'm still insecure. That's right. Let me
And
let me
not
tell you
only are
what's
you
worse. Go ahead, Joy.
not only does paying for this, overcome those issues, right? But this is also a pooled, product where you're not paying like say Microsoft, you're paying, per user and a license for every single user. Well, which user should I license? Which one should I not? No, you buy the platform, you have a pool of credits, tokens, however you want to term it, and let your users free, right? Let everybody have
Absolutely.
access to it. And you'll find out real quick who's the power users, who's using it, who's not. But you're not having to worry about, oh, I'm wasting money on those 10 people over there because they're not even touching it. Doesn't
Yep.
matter. It's one big pool.
Agreed. Joel, you're talking about the difference in going with a usage-based pricing model
Right.
versus a user-based pricing model. Every one of them, OpenAI, Anthropic, Microsoft, all of them are user-based model, which sucks for us, right? I don't know who's going to be my champion in my business, but what am I going to do? Give it to two people? Well, what about the other people that I didn't give it to? Not only is it not fair, but it's not very motivating for them, is it?
We don't have a
Well,
whole lot of hope that you're going to do anything with this
you know,
technology, so we're not going to give it to
right.
you, right? I mean,
Yeah, we know you. You're
yeah.
right.
And
You don't count.
how many times in life and in business do you find out that, how many times are you surprised when you just decide we're going to go down this path and we're going to see what happens, right? We're going to make this decision. We're going to see what happens. And you can't, sit there and analyze and try to figure it all out on the head end. And so
Yes.
this product makes it easy for you because of the way it's licensed, right? Because it's
Yes.
not per user. It's an easy decision to say, you know what, we're going to open this up and we're going to find out right now where the hidden talent is, where the hidden
Absolutely.
ambition is in our team, where the people that are hiding out, that are just doing the job we gave them, that we don't know they're capable of so much more if we just gave them something more.
Absolutely. Joel, you're talking about our AI Jumpstart program. We went over that a few weeks back. If this stuff is interesting to you, go back and check some of the old episodes. We do this every Friday. We've talked a lot about this in the past. But in our AI Jumpstart program, we get in there and the first thing we do is look at what AI is used right now. Your users are using AI. They're bringing it to work. I guarantee you,
Yeah.
everybody is. And so you get to see what's going on. And then the first step is, what are we going to do? We're going to block public AI just like we would, like I said, a public Gmail account. You can't have that at your work, right? So we're going to block that type stuff, and we're going to introduce something like this that's private, that gives your users not only the ability to use the AI that they love, the same Chat GPT they're using or the same whatever they're using, but it's going to be controlled. It is going to be supported by the business, and it's going to be for everyone. It's a usage base. So you block the public, put the private in, train. There's a training program, this big learning portal here. It's a whole learning thing specifically for folks to learn how to use AI. And there's a lot more in there. We can talk more about that. But you put it in there, and now everybody gets it. Everybody gets an opportunity, and you get to see who your rock stars are. There's no way you can know without doing it this way. And
Right.
when you make it usage based, it's cheap when nobody's using it, but as it gets used more, and then the business gets the benefit of the increased profit and growth within the business, then the expenses follow. So it makes total sense the way this thing is made. So let me give you a little bit more here. Hopefully you're getting a little excited and wanting to demo this. I hope so, because we want you to demo it. Reach out to us, DM us on, if you're watching this on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, it's the three we're putting it on. DM us in any one of these, and we'll be glad to set it up for you anytime. So these are the different models. These are the different groupings. We've talked about all of them, but so that's great. I mean, it's like, wow, having all of these models that I can use, and I can drop files in. So I can drop a PDF in here, I can drop a spreadsheet, I can do whatever I want, and it's secure, and I can use it. That's great. But wait, it gets a whole lot better. So as I was describing, if you put LLM on your local machine, it has access to nothing, not even your system to know what time it is. This is different. It has access to the platform system. So watch this. What day is it? So it's going to go to the system prompt in the data center it's at, the platform that it's running, and it's going to come up with that. And you can see exactly 402, like Joel, you mentioned the cost, usage base. This is the characters. This is the tokens. And don't quote me on this, but I want to say you get 2 million to start at the bottom,
depending
something
on
like that.
the package you select. So we can size
Yeah.
that based on, the company and what makes sense for them. And this is pretty cool too. If you open that up, I mean, this is part of ChatGPT 5 as well, right? The AI reasoning. So they're not all like this, right? I mean, some of them you're like, man, because you put a question into this, and maybe it's a more complex question you want a quick answer to, and sometimes the AI reasoning takes longer, but it'll give you a better answer. You have that choice, right? You're not stuck with this. You can decide, well, I want the better answer. Let's do the reasoning and let's wait for it. Or I just want that, man, just crank it out.
Yeah.
Let's see that. Let's get the answer.
So maybe we choose Gemini Flash. Right. Now, here's the thing. If you're using ChatGPT and you're using Gemini and you're using Anthropic, I've got accounts on all of those separately that I use personally. I can't just like flip in the middle of one chat. This is one chat going on here.
Yeah.
So I can just flip to another LLM and have it interact with all of this, which is amazing.
Or like you said, you show that, you've got your chat history on the side, which again, it's the chat history for all of them. Right. So if I want to see chat history if I remember, hey, you know what? I chatted with AI about this thing a month ago. Where is it?
Yeah.
I'm logging into Anthropic. I'm logging into OpenAI. I'm logging into Grok. Where did it go?
Yeah.
No, it's all right here.
It's all right here on the side. Exactly like Joel is saying. Exactly. So now I'm going to ask Gemini the same thing. What day is it? See, no AI reasoning that came from ChatGPT like Joel is talking about, right? And so if I ask it, how did it know the date? I'm going to go back to GPT. How do you know the date? How do you know that? Where are you getting that information from? User wants to know how I know the date. I can explain that the system time is available in the session metadata, which helps me understand the current date. I should mention that it's time zone caveat, right? And so then once it reasons, it gives me that back. I'm given the current date and time from the chat system when our session starts. I use the timestamp in UTC here to determine the day of the week. If you want a local day, tell me your time zone, right? So this is just the different LLMs operating within this platform, right? But check this out. This is where it gets really, really insane. Look at the tools that I've got available to me. Okay, so think about it. You got the LLM. You're communicating with this LLM. Now, I want to give this LLM, this, GPT-5 that I'm using around, I want to give it extra capabilities. Maybe I want to allow it to search Google. I want to give it that Google search tool so it can do my Google searches for me. That's pretty cool. But maybe I want to give it Perplexity, which is an AI-powered search engine for dynamic and intelligent searches. Maybe I want to use both. I can use up to 3. Maybe I want to use Firecrawl, which will actually do a web scraping and crawling tool for thorough data extraction. Right? Okay. Yeah. So now we got these 3 out of 3 tools selected. See them here? So now I can do what I want to do. So let's say I'm in sales and I got a sales meeting next week and I want to learn more about my client, right? That I'm going to be meeting with. So I say, tell me more about Valenture, the AI and cyber folks. Let's see what it comes back. Now, what I want you to watch is you got the LLM, which is ChatGPT, within this private tenant that I'm working with. Now, ChatGPT is going to use the tools. So see, ChatGPT says, Valenture Institute. I need to find more information about Valenture.com, which likely relates to Valenture Institute out of South Africa. Probably not. Different people. It should you utilize the web tool, need to confirm, see. So it's thinking here, and then it's using the tool. Here's the first tool call with this parameter. So it's querying Valenture.com AI cyber Valenture. And the first tool is coming back with these characters, all this information about. So it looks like here, IT support and Valenture here from this AI profit and growth. Yep, that we do. Absolutely. It's got some information on LinkedIn about us, a blog here from our valenture.com blog. It found. Looks like this one may not be us. Dude, I don't recognize that one. Maybe not. So comes back with the first tool and then the fire crawl tool. So the second tool starts. So here's the tool parameters where it goes out and it comes back the results from this 8,045 characters for us, right? All about this from the fire crawl. Another fire crawl scrape with characters, another fire. And so then at the end of all that, this is the results. Here's a quick overview of Valenture, the AI site. What they are: veteran-owned managed service MSP focused on AI enablement plus cybersecurity managed IT, located here in Chicago, right downtown. Indeed, that's the number. I like it. We help businesses grow with AI and cyber. Yeah. Now I am prepared to go and meet with these folks this week. I know what they're about, right? Does this not absolutely blow away Google Foo?
Yeah. I mean, because what's Google Foo going to do for you? You're going to come up with you're going to see the search results, right? The website, the LinkedIn page, the whatnot, maybe some backlinks. And then you're going to click on each one. You're going to skim it. Like, oh, let me try to get an idea who these people are, right? But look at that. I mean, core offerings. And if you scroll down, see what else is there. But I mean, look how it's just summarized for you right there.
Well, wait a minute. We implemented AI and it's not helping us at all. Come on now. Maybe you're just not using it right. I hate to call BS, but I mean, this is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
I mean, undeniably, you're not only have you got all the intelligence of the LLMs, which is the generative AI and all the different flavors, 50 plus, but then you can empower this generative AI with tools to actually go out and interface with the world. And wait, it gets better. I hadn't even got to the good parts yet.
Not only tools that interface with the world, but tools that you have the ability to turn on and off, like you just showed, right? I mean, just the control that you have in this platform. And then the visibility showing you every step of the way what it's doing, if you want to dig into it or not, right? I mean,
absolutely.
You just don't get that elsewhere.
You just don't. You don't. This is good stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, core offerings: cybersecurity, cloud security, cyber GRC, pen testing, firewall management, incident response, out-of-band management, managed IT services, hardware services, network cable, low voltage stuff, staffing. Yeah, that's us. You need some stuff. We got you, man. We got you. So yeah, it did a really good job of finding, what we've got here with our co-managed partnership program, which is exactly how the world works. Nobody wants to give all of their IT to somebody to come in and, we got people that know our stuff. We need people that know their stuff to come in and help take the load. So yeah, that's exactly what we do. Talks about our program specifically around CMPP Health. We do quite a bit in healthcare, manufacturing, CMPP Profit specifically geared to get business profit up. There's no reason that you shouldn't reevaluate your IT expenditures here in 2025 and 26. If you're still doing the same old thing you were doing, you are absolutely spending too much money. I'm just going to say that right up front. Yeah, good stuff. Helpful links all the way through. And so now, maybe I got a little different task that I need. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to change my tooling. Maybe I don't want this stuff. Maybe I want to hit Google Maps and find out, use Google Maps to find out more about whatever I'm looking at. Or maybe this is a completely different thread and I want to check out some Python code that I wrote, right? I've been over here on Gemini doing my vibe code and I've been clawing it up and creating cool stuff. But, I'm concerned, Joel, that it works, but it might be a security risk. Hello? I'm concerned that I wrote some code that I'm not sure what's in there.
Right.
Why not take your vibe code, throw it into this with a Python code interpreter and learn what vibe coding just created for you so that you can understand it. Maybe you care enough and it really means enough that you need to talk to us about Paolo and their security, where you can run that code through a real security checker so that it's solid and all the way through. That's a whole nother discussion. But this is a good step to not just, you know, vibe code it, wing it, and go, right? This is a good way to kind of get some tools around, again, tooling with LLMs to really provide you that extra oomph for what you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're vibe coding, it kind of implies that you may not really understand everything that code's doing, right? I mean, I know there's actual coders out there that will use it to help, speed up the process, sure, but a lot of people are using it and they don't understand what necessarily that code is doing. They just know the end result. Hey, cool, look what it did, But yeah, supply chain attacks are a thing, and
Big
you don't
thing.
want to introduce them yourself accidentally.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of this type stuff is just education, Joel. It really is. And I will say this: we had a really good conversation on yesterday on our lunch and learn, and the
Mhm.
question was, does AI help a junior level engineer? And it's kind of an interesting question. I mean, you and I both, we've been doing networking security a long time. Joel, you can configure a firewall with your eyes closed. I know you can. And so take someone that's never really configured firewalls before. They're a junior, literally a junior engineer just starting. Is AI good for them? Man, we were talking about it yesterday. And as any good consultant, I'm going to give you know what all good consultants
Oh
answers
man,
are?
of
It
course,
depends.
it's on the tip
It
of my tongue, man.
depends. It
Yep.
depends. So what is that AI? What is that engineer using that AI for? Are they coming up with
Yeah.
code? Hey, give me some code and then copy that, and they go before the team to review before this big maintenance window to put this stuff into, and all of a sudden they got just straight AI generated code. They don't know what the code does. They can't really defend the code. AI is going to be a disaster for that kind of AI, for that kind of junior engineer.
Yeah. To an extent. I mean, and you're right. If they're that kind of person, for sure, it will be a disaster. I think this kind of goes back to the engineering mindset and why it's so important, and still important even now with AI. It's the engineering mindset of just that curiosity of wanting to understand what it is you're working on, wanting to understand all the facets of it. If you're looking at some firewall config and you see a line in there that you're like, oh, I'm not sure what that does. I kind of would like to know more about that. What is that really doing on my firewall? Right? Like, if you've got that kind of mindset, that this will work well for you, because AI not just can write some config and write some code for you, but it can explain things to you, right? And of course, it hallucinates, so you want to make sure you protect against that. Ask it, oh, how do you know that? Did you make it up? Where's your source, right? Or ask it follow-up questions about, I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense. What if I did this? Would it still work like that? And see what it comes back with. That's the engineering mindset at work. You need to have that kind of approach with it. And then it's great, because then the junior engineer not only can do some tasks a little faster, but they continue to get better and better. And pretty soon they're a senior engineer because they put in the work with AI helping them along the way.
Exactly, Joel. A great point. It's like the example that we talked about with people saying, well, this person used Chat GPT to do their homework. Like, that's a bad thing. Yeah, if you're using Chat GPT, would just give you the answers and you don't learn anything. But that's not what AI is about when you use it right.
Yeah.
When you use it right, it is an excellent trainer. I mean, for a junior level engineer with the right mindset, Joel, it's a godsend. I mean, it's like having
Right.
a mentor sitting right there with you that
I
can
mean, man.
explain everything. The more questions you ask, the better you get. You could leave out of an 8-hour session and work all day with AI and come out of that thing better than you could weeks and weeks of hands-on mentorship before. I mean, it's amazing if you treat it the correct way, not to do your job for you or to shortcut, but to empower you to really get
Right.
better and understand and provide better quality, better quantity, and better quality.
I mean, how did you and I learn back in the day, right? It was diving into those Cisco books, and then,
Yeah.
taking it one step further, we're actually getting onto some gear and implementing
Yeah.
what you're seeing in the books to try to learn it. But how great is it that you've got this tutor right here with all the knowledge in the world at its fingertips that you can make use of to help you along that journey?
So true. And if we're specifically talking about the networking infrastructure field, which we deal a lot with, as far as servers,
Mhm.
routers, switches, firewalls, APs, cloud type, infrastructures, which is the same equipment, basically in a virtual form, virtual firewalls and so forth. If that's your interest, it's even better. There's so many virtual labs that you can build right now to build that
Right.
stuff. I spent big dollars on real Cisco equipment and stacked about this tall, back in the day because
Yeah.
I needed the hands on. It just didn't exist then. But
Yeah.
nowadays, between the almost infinite availability of information to learn from both AI and all kinds of multimedia, YouTube and everything else. Between all of that and the ability to get some real hands-on stuff, there is nothing stopping someone who wants to be absolutely fabulous in IT nowadays. The field is wide open. The only thing stopping a person is their own efforts. It's not even
Yeah.
money anymore. It's their own time and effort. That's the only thing stopping them.
And that's the thing. Don't believe all the hype about AI is just, an immediate easy button and hey, I'm a millionaire now because I use AI, right? Like it's not that. And nothing ever has been like that. But
Yes.
going back to that Hunter story where we saw a threat actor, we saw all the movements they were making. What were they doing? They were Googling, they were going to make AI, they were going to, different tools and just trying stuff out, figuring it
Yep.
out, build this, build that, try to tie it together. Let's see if it
Yep.
works, and you can do that now with anything. I mean, it can be what we're talking about here. It could be, in your business, it could be that you need help with positioning the message better. It could be that you are considering a new product line and you're not sure, is this really a good fit for this or not,
Yep.
or what's the best way to
Brainstorming.
launch it, best way to take it to market, best way to price it, all these kind of things. I mean, it's not just engineering. It's everywhere in the business. This can have a positive impact, but you do need to put in some work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Learning is a lot of it. It's just
Mhm.
learning and using and learning and using. It's just like anything else in IT, right?
Yep.
So yeah, let's jump right back. I got a little bit more I want to show you here on this. Hacker news. That's kind of nice. You got all of these tools, which
Awesome.
just completely blew me away. But I want to take it one step further to connected integrations.
Yep.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Right now, I have two things integrated into my tenant here. I have my Microsoft Outlook, so I can ask it things about my email. This is where you go, really? Yeah, absolutely. And also, I've got it tied into my LinkedIn so that maybe let's say that I clicked on Hacker News here and I clicked on LinkedIn and I clicked on maybe Google search. And I come over here and I use those integrations to find me something about cybersecurity, right? And post a link and post a LinkedIn for me. It's got all the things that it needs to make that happen without me ever having to do anything like open a browser, click on links, search anything. It'll find whatever I want via that Hacker News tool about things that's going on this week and put it in a LinkedIn post for me directly. That is incredible. I mean, now we are getting to the place where we're getting some synergies going because of the access to tools and the access to real integrations where my stuff lives,
Right.
right?
And
Um,
you're getting to the point of replacing things that you're paying for now, right? That
yes,
if you wonder how, a lot of people I'm sure are wondering, okay, I've heard all the hype, but how do I actually go ahead and take this from chat to really doing a job? Maybe
yes,
I'm paying that outsourced social
yes,
media manager for me, right? That maybe they're doing some good things for you. I'm not saying go out and fire them right now, but maybe you can cut their efforts and their hours way down because you can do so much right here, right? Maybe
yes.
a bit of both there. But now we're getting to let's really talk saving some money, right? Get more
That's
profit.
where it can. That's it, man. You can bring so much more in house, and you can empower the people you already have to do so much more. And
Mhm.
it cuts down in so many different ways. Not only does it cut down on expense, it cuts down on time. If I have to explain, I want this, and I want it this way, and I want that, and somebody else does it, and then okay, check it, and then it's like they'll no make it this, and then okay, now go do that. And then, I mean, how much time have I personally wasted? as
Yep.
opposed to empowering me to do it with directly with a tool like this.
Yep.
It's incredible. It really is completely changing the landscape of what IT expenditures look like. Again, I'll say it. If you're spending the same money on the same things you've been for years and years, it's really time to kind of take a break and say, time out. What's available to me now? What should I be spending on? In a nutshell, you need to spend IT money on ways that'll make you more money and keep your money that you've made safe. In other words, AI and cyber. That's where your
Yep.
expenditures need to be going. Spend it on AI because it'll come back to you in more. It's an investment, not a cost. And
Right.
cybersecurity is absolutely a cost, a necessary one if you want to keep things. So a lot of power here. I want to go just a little bit further into these integrations, Joel, before we break today. So we've talked about tools. We've talked about a couple of integrations, but I want to go further. Now, this is the only one right now that's not in beta. So as you can tell, there is a tremendous amount of Joel. How long have we been using this HATS platform here internally here at Valentia? It's been a few months now, 6 months maybe.
Oh, yeah, I'd say probably around 6 months. Yep.
About 6 months or so. And so these are new. They're coming. They're growing.
Yep.
They're building this platform. And by the way, this is not the only platform. The reason I mentioned the AI Jumpstart program before was because that's where we come in and partner with you to secure what you got and figure out what you need. Maybe it's
Right.
not this. Maybe if you've got some really high-end compliance requirements like HIPAA or GDPR and other things, and you need a more full-blown platform that's got role-based access controls for different managers and different users, and the ability to control what user can go to what LLM, or the need to log every single thing that somebody puts in there and what it gave out, all the documents, a PII filter. You need all kinds of extras. We got that too.
Yep.
Just different costs. What are your needs? So the first thing is we need to talk and figure out, what you got, what's going on, what you need. That's that AI Jumpstart program. Usually takes a couple months, get you up off the ground, get everybody moving in the right direction, get the right tooling in place. So looking at these, what's coming down the line: Google Calendar, Calendly, Salesforce, Gmail, Notion for notes, Slack, Reddit, Linear, GitHub, X, Stripe, Fireflies, Airtable, Apollo, Close here. For us sales folks that like Close, right? That's a nice program, actually. SERP, API, Cal, Asana, Brevo, Webflow, Browser, ConnectWise. MSPs might be interested in that ConnectWise one, right, Joel? Very popular tool. HubSpot, Hunter, Confluence, Intercom, Excel, Adio, OneDrive, Microsoft Teams. Good stuff here.
Right. And this whole thing just kind of, it's continuing to pull back the curtain, right? To from what we are familiar with, the chat side of AI, to what we hear all the hype about. This platform right here is a great bridge for anybody that's like, I want to dive in, not sure how, not sure where to start. Man, it's built there for you. You don't have to figure out a lot. Plus, that's what we do with the AI Jumpstart program, right? Is to help you get started on this. But this platform has so much built in, so much power. Why would you not?
You can try to build this stuff in-house. It's hard. We build it in-house just because we need to learn. Like, I didn't even mention this MCP server. That's a whole nother thing. You got to have an MCP server that enables your AI to be able to access tools and integrations and things. So there's so much going on in the background behind this platform that, to me, it's an absolute slam dunk. You got to spend money on AI, so that we're past that. You can't just get free and let it learn about you. It's a complete problem in every way. So you're going to have to spend money. Where are you going to spend money? I mean, what horse are you going to choose to win the Kentucky Derby? It's kind of hard to tell. You're going to put all your money in OpenAI? I'm not sure who's going to win. They're really competing hard. Why not get a platform and use them all? Why not mitigate that risk? Why go the per user route when you can go a usage-based route? Why try to build all these internal tools and integrations internally? I mean, what happens when they break? Then you got to fix them. How many people is it going to take? How much know-how is it going to take? Do you even know where you're trying to go?
Right. Yeah,
There's
I
a
mean,
lot
that's
here.
such a common thing, right? An illusion, it's a hallucination almost this idea of we're going to build all this in house and forgetting the part that comes after that you just mentioned, right? What about when things start breaking? What about maintaining? What about staying up on the security involved, right? As things change, because all these platforms are changing. So just like we outsource for a lot of things,
Yes,
this is a company where their focus is keeping up on this stuff. That's what they do day in
absolutely.
and day out. It's not what you need to be doing in your business, right? And just like we do
Absolutely.
cybersecurity and AI, and it's what we do, right? And you don't need to be focused. You don't need to be worried about that, right? Let someone else come in and take care of that part of it, so you can go out and sell your product and make money.
Bingo. Focus on what you can focus on. Let us focus on what we focus on.
Yep.
It makes it, you to have all of these LLMs in something that's secure that you as a business can get behind and say, we are AI forward. We are the leadership. I'm calling right now, I'm calling the leader out that's listening to me right now. Be a leader. Bring
Yep.
this stuff in. Empower your people, empower the entire business. Maybe it's not your business. Maybe you don't even work in IT at the business. That's okay. Be a champion there. Connect with us. Every business needs that champion that recognizes that this is the future. Let's move forward. This is the way forward. And
Yep.
so, a tool like this is going to keep you from putting all your eggs in one basket. You can access all the LLMs. It's going to empower these LLMs with the right tools to be able to search the web, to know what time it is, to be able to do things like that fire crawl, to be able to do perplexity type AI searches as well as Google searches, to do all of these different tools, to put all of this together. It's a lot of work to do internally. Imagine you've done all of this with GPT-4 and you've trained it and you spent all this time and money. And guess
Mhm.
what? GPT-5 comes out. Now what? All that training, all that time and effort. Now, what are you going to do? How are you going to? It's like there's better ways to do it. And so a lot
Right.
of what we've learned in the past about what to do internally and what to outsource really plays in here. I think a good place to start would be on a reasonably priced outsourced platform like this to kind of get you going. If nothing else, I think this has got enough that you're going to be hard to outgrow it. I haven't even talked about the workshops and all the different agents that you can build to do all
Yep.
kind of different things. I haven't even talked about the AI phone agent that's right here. All you need is a phone number, and boom, it's already built for you. I haven't even talked about the entire learning portal that is built here for you to learn all about all the different stuff that's available here. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't even talked about all of this type stuff. So if any of this is resonating with you, and you're thinking, hey, I'm thinking maybe I'm tired of waiting. I'm thinking what we've tried to do internally is not working. I'm not, I need a little bit of help. Please, this is what we're about. That's why we do these outreaches every week, like we're doing right now, to talk to folks like you that's listening, to get you to contact us so that we can move forward and work together on this stuff. We have been using this for about 6 months. It continues to get better. We really like the folks over there at Hats. They're going to be on the show next week on Friday. I'm thinking it's the 8th next week when they're going to do it, or is it?
It'd be the 10th, right?
The 10th? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking it is the 10th when they're going to be in here next week. But yeah, I wanted to kind of shine the light on this. I've had some really good interactions with folks this week with this tool. I'm using it a lot myself. I'm really liking the tooling and the integrations. It's taken a lot to move me away from my chat GPT personal account that I'm kind of used to, but this has really opened up the
Yeah.
tooling and the integrations has really kind of brought me over to where I'm really using this more than anything else now.
That's what I found when I first started using it. Yes, it took some time to get used to going to this platform versus where I was comfortable with. But the more you use it, the more you realize, man, this is so much better. It's so much
Yeah.
better than the free platforms. It's so much better than jumping around to different sites and trying to manage the history and being really careful about what I type in, what I don't type in, right? Things like that. It's so much better. And
It's so
like
nice
Ron had
and
mentioned, which horse do you choose? I mean, that's the thing. I encourage you, get off the fence, right? Get off the fence. You're never going to have every single piece of information that you think you might need to make this decision. Get off the
Yes.
fence. There's only so many choices right now. Go ahead and jump on one of them. Excuse me. Talk to us. I mean, the conversations, I mean, what's there to lose, right? I mean, you get a conversation with us about what's going to be the best fit for you, and go ahead and start somewhere, right? There's so little risk to starting somewhere and so much risk to sitting back and waiting, continuing to try to figure out which way to go.
Agreed, Joel. Maybe you're not ready to make that move and give us a call and talk to us and move forward. That's completely cool. Maybe you need to do a little bit more on your own homework. Watch some of these. Go back. We do these every Friday. Watch some of these, and this will definitely catch you up to speed. If you want to join if you want to join like a mastermind group or a hive mind group, a lunch and learn type of group, I
Yep.
thoroughly encourage you to join us on Thursdays. I host it. We've got several good folks in there that are learning along with us. We have a good time in there, and that allows you to also lead what we're talking about. So you have a voice in the room. You ask your questions, learn with us. So that is something that we do as an outreach, as a lunch and learn every Thursday, 11:30 Central. So 11:30 Central to 12:30. Bring your food, lunch and learn, and let's get after it. So if you want to be a part of that, again, head over to Valentia.com. You'll see the events there. Sign up for it. We'll send you an invite. So that's a Teams meeting that we meet on. Anything else, Joel, that I'm leaving out here?
I think we covered it, to be honest. I mean, it's like I said, why not? Right? Why not just jump into this and try something, right? I mean, there's so much risk right now to sitting back and waiting, because you're waiting, but your users are not. Your company data may be going out there right now, training public AI, and you're not aware of it. So just get on something that's going to work. And this is such a great platform. I don't see why you would wait.
Agreed. If your goal is to empower your people to be their best, that's our goal as well. This tool will do that, and it'll do it in a secure way, so you don't have to worry about the security side of this stuff. We'll lock down the public AI. We'll put this in place. The learnings are there. Set up. Usually, what we do is we set up a weekly meeting for your internal AI team with us, and we go over specifically what kind of AI can do for your environment. What's your normal what's the normal things that each person's doing in the different departments, right?
Yep.
Can they use and so forth. And so, yeah, we're here to help. We're ready to help. Give us a call, reach out to us, click that DM us, a direct message, probably on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook will be probably the best way to get in touch with us. Look forward to working with you on this, and thank you for meeting with us here on this Friday. I'm looking forward to a weekend.
Yes.